always hard to be at the end. Come on up, buddy. This is Paul Dunn. Please welcome Paul Dunn.
Friday the 13th. What a great night to come out and listen to stories. Thank you so much for being here. So my story is about meeting a guy named Nutsy Belzano. Meeting Nutsy changed the course of my life completely. Maybe something like this has happened to some of you, where you meet someone and the impact of meeting a person changes the direction of your life. The year, as so many of the stories tonight have been, 1973. I'm 21 years old. I just left school, moved back home to Fall River, Massachusetts, and I needed a job. Nutsy owned a sub shop in Fall River, and he hired me. The two of us were like the odd couple. 1973, still a little hippie-ish. I had an afro out to here, beard, love beads, clogs. Nutsy. He was just out of central casting. He's 45 years old, out of central casting for an Italian gangster. Wavy dark hair, olive skin, deep voice like this, and a bullet hole going through here, coming out the back, and he was never in the service. Oh yeah. I thought it odd, working that first week at Nutsy's. There were so many black Cadillacs coming over from Providence. And these guys would get out and they'd be in their black suits with their black fedoras and their black sunglasses. And they would come in and they'd sit at the counter, and Nutsy and these guys would talk in Italian. And behind them would be these big slabs of beef and these tight-fitting black suits. And they'd be glowering at everybody else in the shop. I thought it even a little more odd when the first week that I was there, Nutsy comes up and he says, "Hey, Paul, we got to talk." And I go, "Okay, Nutsy, what's up?" He says, "We've got a problem with the cash register." And I, "Really? What's the matter?" He says, "Well, you got a problem with the cash register, the money and the cash register tapes." I go, "All right, well, Nutsy, what's the problem? Don't they add up?" And he starts to get a little uncomfortable, and he says, "Well, yeah, they do." And I go, "Well, Nutsy, what's the problem?" And he's starting to get really uncomfortable, and he says, "Paul, why do you think I pay you so little?" And I look at him and I go, "Nutsy, you want me to steal from you?" And he goes, "Mon Dieu," he says, "where did this kid come from, you know?" So in his experience, everybody that he hired stole from him. So he would pay them little, and they would make up the difference out of the cash drawer. I said, all right, if that will make his world easier for him. So at the end of every day, I'd open the drawer, and I'd take out a 20 or two 20s, and I'd wave it at him, and he'd go, no, I'm not supposed to see. I said, all right, Nutsy, great. And I thought it exceptionally odd that while we had roast beef sandwiches going out the front door, we had jewelry, money, and gems coming in the back door. Okay. So at this point, you might think it was a little bit strange that what direction this whole thing was going in, and where he had all these gangsters coming in. But it was a great summer for me in 1973. It was one of the greatest experiences and the learning experiences of my life. I get to meet made men and hitmen. I got to meet loose men, looser women. I got to go to the horse track over at Lincoln Downs, Rhode Island, where I won $400 on a $2 bet because the fix was in. I got to meet Raymond Patriarca, who, as most of you remember, was the head of organized crime in New England. Yeah? And I also learned a very valuable skill, which is how to open up most safes by using a bar of very hardened steel and to punch right through the tumblers. But I was all in the abstract. In the abstract. All right, time out. Remember at the beginning I said meeting Nutsy changed the direction of my life? I think some of you might be thinking that I turned into a criminal. Not at all. Completely the opposite. Meeting Nutsy gave me a sense of respect and responsibility for others. One time, these friends of mine came in to have lunch. And I was a big shot, and when they finished, I said, all right, it's okay. It's on me. And they were like, oh, thank you, Paul. So they left. I went about helping other customers and cleaning up. And like an hour later, Nutsy said, hey, Paul, he said, that was nice of you to take care of your friends and pay for them. And I said, yeah, it was. They're really nice people. And he said, yeah. He said, but I don't remember seeing you take the money out of your wallet and putting it in the drawer. She read with embarrassment. He said, Paul, he said, you treat people, when they come in, you can treat them to lunch. He said, but please, use your own money to do that, not mine. Lesson learned, Nutsy, thank you. Nutsy had a really soft spot for my mother. My mother used to come in for coffee or a sandwich. And as soon as he saw her car pull up, he would be out the door like a shot, open her car door, bring her into the restaurant, sit her down, give her a coffee or a sandwich, and he never charged her a cent. When she'd leave, he turned to me and he says, Paul, your mother's a classy lady, and that's how you treat a classy lady. Don't you forget it. And I'd say, I never will. Thank you so much for that, buddy. But the best lesson that Nutsy gave me was he was always after me to make something of myself, to be a better person. He would tell me, he said, Paul, I'm owned. He said, those morons in Providence, he said, they're going to own me till the day I die. He said, but you can make something yourself. He said, you got to get the heck out of Fall River, be somebody, learn, go back to school. So I had borrowed my dad's camera, and I was on the yearbook in high school and college. And so Nutsy encouraged me, so that on a Thursday, if people came in and they bought a $5 sandwich combo, I would have my bed sheet set up in the corner with my little Smith Victor hot light, and I would take their portrait. And they'd come back the next week, and I'd give them a print, and hopefully they would buy more food. And out of Nutsy keep hammering at me to make something of yourself, be somebody. I said, all right, and I applied to New England School of Photography up in Boston, got accepted, went up there, and absolutely loved photography. I ate it, slept it, drank it, smelled it, tasted it. It just took my life over, and I started a business in advertising photography and had a really successful career in Boston. Except, years later, 5, 10 years, I started thinking about Nutsy. And it's like, I never thanked Nutsy for being the role model and the inspiration to get me the hell out of Fall River. So I made some phone calls, I did some checking to see where is he. I really owed him a debt of gratitude. And unfortunately, I found out that, yes, those guys in Providence did own him. And while bringing a carload of guns up from New York to Boston, he got arrested and went to Danbury Prison, where he had a heart attack and he died. So I never got to thank him for being that wonderful inspiration, that kick in the butt, and that incredible learning experience that I got from working at his sub shop. So tonight, I want to say, thank you, Nutsy. I appreciate you, and I love you. Thanks, man.